it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it.
And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. Ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. Talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it.
It's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it.
And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. Ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. Talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it.
And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it, get it.
And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. I'm a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. I'm a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it.
Congratulations. I hope you're happy. Standing here with you, congratulations. I thought it would have been me. Well, we're gonna be me. Yeah. Anyway, can you hear me? Nobody? Okay. Lori's nodding. She said she can hear me. CJ, you can't hear me? I just sung for no reason. All right, Lori muted out. CJ still can't hear me. Lori, say something. See if CJ can hear you. Lori. Ain't nobody. Anybody out there? Hello?
Check 1, 2.
All right. Can you hear me, CJ? Mm-mm.
Oh, I got you. I got you.
There you go. You can hear me now.
Here we go.
Okay. Yeah, you missed my.
I was still in DJ mode. My bad.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you missed my whole singing. I was singing Vesta.
I saw you singing. That's why I was like, what? Okay.
Congratulations. I hope you're happy. Standing here with you. Congratulations. I thought it would have been me. For as long as I can breathe, you'll always be the one for me. Anyway, everybody know what that means in just a second. Welcome to, yes, this is not karaoke hour. This is, in fact, Head to Head with Brian Parker. And believe it or not, I am he and I am sober. So welcome to the show. We are streaming live and direct on Instagram, Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, LinkedIn, Facebook Live, as well as YouTube TV. If you haven't already, please go to YouTube and help us with our drive to 10,000 subscribers. Just go to Empowered TV and like, share, but most importantly, please subscribe so that everyone else out there will know what it is that you're watching. As a matter of fact, no matter what you're tuning in on, please make sure that you like and share as well. The algorithm does some great things the more viewers that we have. So we do appreciate you, whether you're watching us live or you're watching us on the replay. We get a lot of people that do come back later and watch. I see all of that on the demographics. So we do appreciate everybody from tuning in, whether live or on the replay. Would like to welcome my guest in, Lori Parker. How you doing, Lori? Can you hear me? She there? Our internet's been a little slow, so she may be slow to respond.
I can hear you. Hi, I can hear you. Hello. Hi, everybody.
Hello? Hey, we can see you now. How you doing?
Just waiting for me to come in and out.
Okay, sounds good. And if anyone didn't know, we have it's not a guest. He is part of the show. Just hadn't been around for a while because he's been pussy whip, son. No, he's not been. He's just been going through some things, some good things apparently. I saw some nice pictures on Facebook, so I would like to say congratulations to Mr. CJ Jones on he just got married. He's married now.
I's married now. I's married.
Look at him. Looking all brand new and shit stuff.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
Shining and stuff. Boy, you know somebody been feeding of somebody. Look at him, Lori.
Bruh.
Yeah. Look, you see his eyes. Or you boy, if only you knew, she can throw down.
Bruh, listen.
That's different between them young girls and these seasoned folks.
Real women will feed you.
Real women
Okay.
know how to cook. So, Lori, I'm gonna need you to go talk to Felicia and figure out how to fix me up some food and stuff. 'Cause I'm hungry. I'm tired of these oodles and noodles.
Brian, you find where you at.
I'm tired of
My
these beanie
sister's a
weenies.
good one.
I'm tired of these
My
beanie
sister's
weenies.
a good one.
Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches in the world, Lori. I need some real food here.
Man,
Yeah.
sure. But yeah, man, I really appreciate everybody's congratulations and wows and oohs and ahs and everything. Whether you were there physically or not, I appreciate everybody that was in our corner, that have been in my corner and everything. And still feeling like I'm on cloud nine, but I'm very grateful, very, very humble. So thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, wasn't there, but definitely sent some stuff from the registry. Hope y'all got it.
Oh yeah.
Got some explaining to do.
Yeah, we got we just getting the kids here and everything else, man, was just all one big just production, man. It was a lot more than what I could ever anticipate.
Oh, you got your kids over here now.
Oh man, yeah. But they didn't. They're not here to stay. Well, they just flew back.
Okay.
And, so yeah, they first day. Well, they first day back. They went straight to school. So,
Yeah. Okay.
Because their spring break is over.
Okay. Well, that's good. You got time to step away and spend time with family and everything, and find you a wife and all that. If I'm ever off of the show for a couple of weeks, I might come back with a new wife. I mean, TJ is.
Lord, don't kill him.
That I may go out for a couple of weeks, come back, and be a white woman right there. No, I'm just kidding.
Lord, boy, I know you trying to get hurt. You are trying to get.
I'm just trying to see if I'm still as fast as I used to be.
Is that my brother?
Hey,
yes, sir.
Actually, is the
legend,
Mr. Drain. Drain, you can see Jay. Don't he look nice and fed?
No, you better stop that, man.
Why she take Drain out?
I was about to say something nice.
Yeah. I know, Laura, you probably having a delay, so when you hit it, it doesn't happen, and then you do it again, but then just do it one time because she's having delays on her internet side, which is weird because we got the same internet. So
I was about to say, ain't y'all in the same place?
I thought so. Well, the last time I saw Lori, we were, but sometimes she go somewhere and don't tell nobody. So maybe she hit the neighbor's house.
Them insurgents got to him.
But that's crazy because I'm knocking on wood. So if my internet start acting up, then it's a thing. Or it could just be, Lori, you could actually, it may not be the internet. You may have a bunch of programs running in the background and it may be affecting your internet speed. I don't know.
That could be.
Because if it was really an internet issue, knock on wood, then it should be affecting me too.
So.
Congratulations, brother. You got that glow on you.
Don't he look like Bruce Leroy?
I was just about to say, show
I got that glow.
No, you got to show enough to you because I'm sure in the last couple of days you don't say it. Who's the master?
Hey, I hope it went that way and not the other way around.
Don't say that. This is our joke.
Exactly. Exactly. We'll discuss that on Head to Head
after hours.
Yeah.
But nah, man.
Right now, though.
Well, I don't know if you noticed because I kind of like blended in and everything. But see, when the wifey found out about the 6 o'clock shadow, she said she wanted for me to go ahead and bring it on out.
Oh wow!
So she was like, "I likes that," and so whatever the wifey likes, she gets.
Yeah, she got grandpa issues. That's all. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Y'all can role play and stuff. Ain't
Yes, sir. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that at all. I'm still holding out. I don't know how you or Jermaine do it because I can't go more than a week. And when that stuff is on my face, it just so bad.
I went through it. I
scratch and
did. And
I
was every day I was like this. I was like, I don't know how my brother did it. I don't know how my brother can.
I got a little bit on me now, and it's not itching yet, but I know if I give it another day or two, I'm gonna be. It's gonna get on my nerves because every time I'm going somewhere, I'm gonna be like this.
Man, I'm telling you, like
get irritated.
I guess it's like a phase.
This is a beard wig, so.
Oh, is that how you've been getting by?
Yeah.
That's why it always looks the same.
Nah.
You just take it off at night, hang it up, look like James.
Hang it up. Right next to you. Look
like James Harden sitting right next to you on it.
I'm in the small cone phase now.
Okay.
Small cone.
The mini cone.
Yeah, like the little minis, like just
the hair's not even pulling back on the comb, it's just still going straight on through.
No, man, I caught a BDB the other day, and I was like, "Woo!"
You said, beat it.
That's funny. I see that when Lori's combing hers too, and it's just funny to see it get caught.
Man, you trying to get hurt?
I know her internet so slow, so she won't even hear the joke for another 5 minutes. I at least got that much time. She won't hear. God. By then, I done moved on to something else, and then I can act like I forgot. But yeah. Girl, that was 5 minutes ago. Why are you bringing up old stuff?
Don't live in the past. Hakuna Matata.
Yeah.
Hakuna Matata.
You tripping over stuff because you're always looking backwards. You see?
Let's look forward.
You gotta look forward. Yeah, exactly.
You gotta be a forward thinker. Forward thinker.
Heard the joke yet? I think
her head just went up.
I just did.
Her head just went up.
Yeah, that's fine. I can crack jokes all night long on Lolo. Anyway, now I'm not gonna do that. Look, y'all, I appreciate everybody for so Lori, if you don't mind, because of your delay, I was gonna run 2 commercials. Don't worry about it. I'll run it because I don't want you to be off time with everything. So just to let everybody know, I already told y'all what we're streaming on and our YouTube drive. If you are a small business owner, if you are somebody that has events, if you got a little side hustle, or maybe you got a full-time job, but there's something that you would like people to know that you do on the outside. She give me thumbs up and she's frozen. Okay, that's so sweet. Now you're not frozen. Maybe you weren't frozen before. Anyway, but anybody has anything like that and you want to be able to partner with us or be able for us to advertise it for you, please feel free to reach out to us at theparkermedia@gmail.com. One of our first commercials I'm going to show you is a self-plug too, but it is from Jermaine Parker Realty, where both me and the franchise actually work from time to time. And after that, you will see Sawyer Kid Lawyer, and we'll have some news about Sawyer Kid Lawyer in just a second. So without further ado, we'll catch you on the other side. Buying a home is one of the biggest decisions that you'll make. Here at Jermaine Parker Realty, we're here to help you navigate through that process. We know that a home is more than just a place to live. It creates memories. Here at Jermaine Parker Realty, we're here to help. Give us a call and let us get started on your journey. Introducing Sawyer Kid Lawyer, Teacher versus Nap Time. A great book that will help your little one with reading, writing, and spelling. Coming from the authors, Shanine and Sheldon Moultrie. Please check this book out and support. Thank you so much. All right, and we are back. Oh, you like the little jingle, huh? Yeah. So yeah, anybody wants to know? I did put that together by myself.
All right.
Actually, did both of them actually. So yes, I will cut a commercial for you if you do have a business, or if you prefer still shots and then straight reads, we can do that as well to help promote your product. I met a couple of vendors actually that were interested in doing that at one of the latest real estate functions that I attended 2 weeks ago. So I was passing out real estate cards as well as empower cards at the same time. So there you go.
Any steal shots my brother got? Any back shots? I'm your man.
There's a lot I could say about that right now, but I don't want my life to come to an end in my sleep. But
Yeah.
I will say, real estate,
Ah,
the real estate market, it's hot.
yeah. Being that I'm fresh off the market, I need to be careful.
Are you though?
Yeah,
Are you?
yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm fresh,
Is,
fresh
is,
off the
is she nearby?
she downstairs.
Oh, but them ears is everywhere.
Please believe that.
They hear what they want to hear when they want to hear it.
Oh, please believe me, because as soon as this show,
Turn around and be like,
yeah, because as soon as this show is over, she's gonna be like, "I heard you. Yes,
mhm.
I was paying attention."
Eddie, I need to talk to you.
Why you treat me like animal?
I won't have Eddie. I won't have the document.
Oh gosh, that's hilarious. Oh man.
Suck my Eddie.
Eddie. Uh, so, Jermaine, speaking of the real estate market,
Yes,
it's, I was just at a open house for realtors the other day at a new development in Kannapolis, and uh, man, was just wowed by some new construction that I'm seeing out there, and a lot of people are still thinking, "Hey," and I know what you normally say. People will still say, "Is this a good time to buy?" And Jermaine will always say,
Well, I used to always say it's always a good time to buy, but with the politics that we're going to discuss later on and stuff, it might be a good time to buy somewhere else. It's always a good time to buy real estate. Location is going to be important. No, I always tell people. So the rule of thumb is this: is that number one, if you can afford it, then it's a good time.
"Hmm,
If if it's a situation of you found your dream house, well, you can't let that go because you don't think this is a good time, right?
right,
This is
right,
some place that you really, really are enamored with, and it feels like home. Then, of course, you want to pull the trigger on it. And the other thing too is that if you're worried about the financials of it, uh, interest rates going up and down and stuff, if you buy with a high interest rate and you can afford it, if the interest rates get down, you can always refinance to a lower rate. And if you do buy and the interest rates go up, then you locked yourself into a lower rate. So that's why I always say just all those little basic things. It's always necessarily a good time to buy. The only time it's not a good time to buy is if you don't have, and I just tell people if you're using FHA, conventional lending, stuff like that, in this market, if you're talking about Charlotte, and because I'm a local real estate expert, I can talk in generalities about your real estate where you are and stuff, but my expertise is in Charlotte and metro areas. But if you talk about here and the way the prices is going and stuff, if you don't have like 20K that you can either borrow from your 401K or that you have saved up for that transaction, a little bit less for veterans because it's 100% VA funded and you get a lot of things cut. So probably for you guys, 12 to 15. Maybe 10 to 15 range, and that's just for everything due diligence all the way to closing. If you don't have that kind of stuff, then no, it's not a good time to buy. I would never put myself in financial
stress."
stress
Mhm.
to buy a house. So but those are some things to talk about when you talk about debt to income ratio and stuff.
Okay.
Absolutely. And I do typically direct folks too when they do come to me to make sure that they've gotten pre-qualified to find out from a mortgage lender lender, if they have absolutely no idea what's going on with their credit and things like that. Yeah, the better your credit score, the better interest rate that you can qualify for. Um, but lower credit ratings do not necessarily mean that you cannot buy. And I think that's always been a common myth is, oh, you can buy a lot of times, but your interest rate may be higher. And like Jermaine said, go ahead, Jay.
I'll say this: a lot of times I meet people who are like, "Man, I really want to buy a house, right? But my credit's not where I want it to be." You are the perfect candidate to go speak to a lender, because a lender can look at your credit and tell you what's because a lot of times your cousin doesn't know. I don't necessarily know because I'm not a mortgage lender and stuff, and so I can't tell you all the factors that go in to what approves and disapproves loans and stuff. But a lender can they can do a pull in your credit. And let's say that you say, well, I need another year. Well, this is a year out. It's a great time to go talk to a lender, establish a relationship, get some advice about how you can fix your credit, the things that you really need to concentrate on, what you need to do. Get some guidance. Don't just go do it yourself because you're going to be out there paying all stuff, and then you're going to go to the lender and be like, "Well, we didn't care anything about this." But
None of
you
that
told
helps.
me
They're going to say the things that you thought you needed to do, you didn't really need to do, or it didn't make as big of an impact.
different.
You
Yeah,
had something else that would have been
yeah,
more that would
impactful.
have been rating. So, and a lot of this, Jermaine, I bring that up because for a lot of us, we may not have been taught, told, or shown about uh, managing money, about credit scores, about debt ratio, and things like that. So these are things that you may be learning that for the first time as now you start looking into home ownership and things like that. Why, at 18 years old, if nobody's telling you why credit is important, you thinking you can
Mhm,
just run up a bill and then in 7 years, all of a sudden it'll just disappear. And we know
mhm.
that that doesn't happen quite like that. Especially now, they just transfer the loan somewhere else and it keeps it active and stuff like that. So um, there's always so many reasons to be able to do that. But again, the bottom line is if you think you're ready or if you don't know, find out. Even if you're 2 years away, are there things that you can work on over the next 2 years to start getting your debt ratio to a point where now you're putting yourself in a position? Because the other side of that coin to me, always to people, is do you want to be a professional renter or do you want to end up having something that you own? Now, I will say this: home ownership isn't for everybody. There are some people that renting will make sense. Maybe they move a lot. Maybe they just don't want the burden of having to be responsible for things when they break down, such as your
I,
HVAC and stuff like
I,
that.
I still argue against that long term stuff. Um, through home ownership. Now,
Hmm.
don't get me wrong. I was able to refinance my house, take some cash out of my house, um, and I was able to do some things
Yes,
with that
it is.
cash. I put a lot of it back, most of it back into the house with repairs and stuff. And I was on a septic system, and I decided I wanted to go to city septic and stuff. And that was a little over $20,000 worth of. It was $11,000 to the city just to go out and put a cap on the sewer, and then hire a plumber to run the house. Um, but it was well worth it in terms of like the resale. Now I don't have to worry about the septic backing up or my drain field or any of those kind of issues anymore. When you have a septic, if you guys didn't know this, if you go to the number of bedrooms you can advertise for a house are directly linked to what your septic system permit says you can have bedrooms for. So if
Hmm.
you have an older house, and that's what you're going to get, mostly older houses are going to be on septic. The house might have 5 bedrooms, but the septic is only rated for 3 bedrooms. It's a 3 bedroom house. Doesn't matter how many closets or windows and stuff like that. There's different things, qualification stuff, but that's a big thing. So just that kind of stuff. I don't have to worry about that anymore. I've got a 4 bedroom house, and it is always going to be a 4 bedroom house. Even the septic said it could be, But just saying, I don't have to worry about somebody coming out and pumping out anything or overflows and stuff like that. But all that to say that through my home ownership, I was able to take care of those things by just refinancing my house. And I bought a gold wing.
You did buy a gold wing. Yep.
And another Tesla.
But see, we gotta get you on the bike, bro.
Wow.
We gotta go riding.
But I'd say that, so a lot of people will say, I don't want the burden of home ownership, or I move a lot. So I'll tell you right now, I know a lot of people in the military who are stationed in one place, buy a house, and when they leave, they rent that house out and becomes rental income, and they go somewhere else. You moving around is not a reason that you can't buy. For most places, you only really need to live there primarily for a year. Talk to you, different types of loans have different types of requirements for residency. But it does have to be a primary residence before you can start renting stuff out. And it's just one of those kind of things where you could build, especially if you move around and you have the income to support it and stuff, you could build your rental portfolio that way by leaving this house, renting it out, moving, getting a new house, moving, renting that house out, and now you have all these rental properties across the country. And you've got that income coming in. And that also, when you go to your next house, the income that you're getting from the last house, that's going positive for you. Anyway, there's so many benefits to actually owning a home as opposed to renting and stuff. And if you can't afford it, I say, and that's the other thing too, when we talk about credit and stuff like that, one of the biggest issues that a lot of you have is not credit, it's income. Y'all need hustle. I know y'all talk about it on the internet and stuff, but your W-2s and your 1099s are not reflecting that hustle. You need some legitimate, I can take this to a bank type hustle and talk to my brother because he's Jamaican and he can put you on to all the hustle.
Right.
I got teen jobs.
Teen jobs.
What teen jobs, man?
I got teen jobs.
Lazy llama bean.
That's right.
Lazy llama bean.
So,
You only got 13 jobs.
Job and you complain about that job being too much. Please miss me. I got no sympathy. Yeah, none.
Sure, man.
Yeah. My bed sometimes sends me miss you notes. It's like, in a while. Come back, baby.
Sending you forget me nots.
But yeah, my bed. Hope that you remember. CJ, I kind of feel like DJ CJ that played that recently. That came out to DJ CJ played that not too long ago, I feel like. Oh man. Well, thank you for the update, Jermaine. And we really love educating people about home ownership and wealth. A lot of times the biggest thing that people will own is a home or land and things like that. So being able to have some generational wealth and things like that are things that we love to talk about because we want people to be able to realize that sometimes the things that you think are further away are a lot closer than you believe or even know. So I always want to keep that in front too. And if you need any good realtors in the Concord, Kannapolis area, hey, here I am. If you need somebody down in the Charlotte market that is also a veteran, so it can really assist other veterans on doing that, then hey, Jermaine is there to help as well. And yeah, Jermaine will help you. He even give you a little bit of money too.
Well, let's talk. So I'm very selective about who I deal with because just to be honest, a lot of people aren't serious and they just want to talk. And my time is valuable. I'm a very busy man, and so if I'm going to take time out to talk real estate with you, which and it's one of those things. It's sort of like asking Michael Jordan to play pickup ball, not for less than $50,000. You not just we just not shooting around, bro. I'm at one of the top of my game with this thing, and so yeah, you're not time. So you're not serious. Please don't.
Yeah, all time ain't the same. That's true.
Yeah, please don't. There's plenty of rookie real estate agents, over 100,000 people licensed in the state of North Carolina. Go play with them.
Mm-hmm.
because because in this market, uh, what's the value of a real estate agent? It's not advertising stuff, and it's not access, because it's 2025, and you can go on the internet and you can find listings, or you can list yourself stuff. Uh, what I offer is compliance. Make sure everything is dotted, and things are in strategy that allows you to make decisions prior to putting money down and jeopardizing holdings that you have. If you're looking into like new remodels and stuff, just a little tip, so free game. If somebody's remodeling a house, before you look at the house, your real estate agent needs to ask the other agent for permits. If it's structural work, if it's electrical work, it needs to be permanent work. Um, if it's not permanent, it's not real. And before that's not something you need to put due diligence down to go figure out. You can do that before you look at a house.
Mm-hmm.
Those are easy as, but just stuff like that, just free game, little tips like that can save you thousands of dollars and a whole bunch of time, because because people don't understand contracts and how you are committed to these things once you sign. They're not exploratory as you may think they are.
That is true. Yeah, I've seen a lot of case studies of people kind of going a little too far, and they've already kind of committed themselves, not realizing it, and then
People,
somebody coming after them through
yeah,
legal.
financially, yeah. People don't understand. Like, so there's a period in any contract of due diligence where you get to inspect the home and stuff, but due diligence should be really short, because let's say that I can get an inspector out there in 2 days, but he says, "Hey, you need a structural engineer to go check on this." Well, it may take me longer than a couple of days to get to find a structural engineer to come check on this issue and to have it dealt with and inspected. You guys that are going through like, "Oh, I'll do due diligence for a week." Okay, whatever stuff. I'm an agent. I'll tell you professionally, I wouldn't do that. Uh, here are the pros and cons to that, and most of them are common. But once you get past that, where you've done your due diligence and stuff, after the due diligence is ended, if you change your mind, you could still be forced to buy that house because you signed a contract. And so a lot of people don't think about, well, I'll just, you know what, I'll just say no.
Okay,
Okay,
the tires. I ain't like the tires. They looked a little flat. I'll just walk off the lot.
me and the wife don't have a fight now, and we're not gonna follow through with this deal. Well, that's not what the judge is gonna say. You don't care nothing about that fight. And but you got to understand these things and complications, and that's the sound advice that I can offer you, is where my real potential and my real value lies. Is that I understand what the rules are. I've got a strategy to make those rules work for you, and my fiduciary is unmatched.
Hmm. Well, go ahead, fiduciary. Say that 3 times. Don't do it.
I'm not.
Yeah. Well,
You
thank you for
shouldn't have to blow your own horn.
thank you, thank you. Well, thank you for that. Thank you for that update, Mr. Bick, Mr. Broker in Charge of Jermaine Parker LLC. Check him out. Um, I got a cool website too. It's brianparker.realtor. How about that?
Yes, sir.
And it's Brian at brianparker.realtor. But anyway, so letting y'all know about that, because a lot of times people get a little freaked out, because as we always talk about, how even politics touches everything. It touches decisions that you make for starting a family, buying your first home, buying investment properties, and everything else. And of course, with all of the shenanigans going around right now, um, that touches these things even so now more than ever. Where you've got the Fed chair coming out saying that, hey, the way that all of these tariffs are going, it's going to have a drag on inflation. It's going to cause unemployment to go up. It's going to have a lot of effects that cutting interest rates will not be able to get us out of, which, in his opinion, he thinks it would actually make it worse. So, where we were trending towards having a couple of more interest cuts this year based on where we were last year, a lot of those things have now been put on hold because the market is unsure, and uncertainty in the market is truly a killer when it comes to the Fed being able to cut interest rates, because most financial institutions want a little bit of surety. I will say this, depending on what side of the aisle that you come from, but most of my viewers I know come from the better side, I would say. Um, I can honestly say, looking at my 401k, Jermaine, that 4 years under Joe Biden, I never ended the year with a negative as far as investment growth. I looked at it a couple of weeks ago, just from January of this year, and it said I had lost $3,200. Now,
Let's see, that's kind of
that's bullshit.
because as you lose, somehow his bank account increases.
No, it's not actually good there. Several different ways you can do that. What, especially, and that's why they want to investigate these guys for market manipulation, where he's purposely tanked things. And so before he tanked things, he sells off. He tanks it. He goes back when things are at its lowest and buys it again. And then, hey, pause, pause, pause. I'm not going to do all these tariffs and stuff. And as the markets rise, the things that he bought low, he now gets to sell again high. And he can rinse and repeat this as many times as he wants to affect the market. Plus, there's ways I do option trading and stuff. You can bet against the market. So if you know the
Mhm.
market's going to go down, you can put what's called a put in and bet against the market going down and make money as it goes down. So, I mean, there's several different ways that people make money as the market shifts. If you got an insight or a good guess, just a good feeling about
Yeah,
how
it
things are going
was
to
all
go.
a feeling. It was like, I
Yeah.
feel like it's going to turn around on this day.
Yeah, I mean, you could do. I mean, I would probably like tweet out to my friends, "Good time to buy," but that's just me. I'm probably not
Yeah,
smart like them.
yeah.
Um,
I think that's what
mm,
happened. But yeah, so I mean, that was a kick in the gut. Looking at, when it says your total loss or gain for the year, and it says negative $3,200, it's like, my 401k is, okay and everything, as far as what I've been able to gather over the last couple of years. But when you really start looking at some other people, or folks that are within their last couple of months towards retirement and things like that,
Mhm.
that is crucial. That is critical. A lot of people don't think about when everybody's talking about the stock market. Oh, I don't even buy stocks. I don't even buy stocks. You got a 401k? Yeah. Yeah, you buy stocks. Or
Yeah.
or even if you're not buying daily stock, stocks daily and stuff like that, your 401k is tied to a fund.
Mhm.
And those futures and things like that are driven by um speculation and things like that. So, yes, even if you don't sit there and have a broker that you're trading stocks up and down and things like that, if you have a 401k, you have a vested interest in how the stock market is doing. I hate to tell you, but again, that's
Mhm.
how a lot of times people think, because it's kind of that thing that you don't really look at. Nobody's really looking at their stock portfolio on a daily basis, unless you're about to cash out.
yeah,
Um,
I would say a lot of people that retire absolutely do.
mhm.
And I mean, it's one of those kind of things. If you are within a couple of years, the you should have an aggressive portfolio when you're younger. So when things like this happens, it actually, so as much as we talk about people who are retiring, it actually does benefit younger people who have aggressive stock portfolios,
Oh yeah.
because now the things that their stocks are buying, they're buying more of because they went down. And
Mhm.
then as they get older, 20 years of the market has recovered and grown and stuff, it ends up benefiting them long term. But if you're near the end, you don't have time. You don't have recovery time, and those are people. But they tell you, if you're 5 years out for retiring stuff, you need to go to safer like bonds and for us in the military, there was a government G fund. It was like a guarantee fund. If you bought it for $1, it was going to stay $1, so you couldn't really lose money in the G. Now you didn't really gain a lot of money in the G fund because it was so secure, but you couldn't really lose money in it either.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And so there are different things that you have to look at. But again, it's your retirement. No one else cares about it. You need to be plugged in to your retirement and what's going on.
Shannon Call, welcome to the show. How you doing, sir? He's watching. How you doing, Shannon? Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, so I'm optimistic that my 401k will rebound. I'm not like gonna lose too much over it right now, but the problem that I foresee is that, man, that was just in the first 3.5 months. Losing that much. If things don't turn around, then they start to get a little more dire and dire and dire, especially, like I said, those that are closer to cashing out have less money to be able to bank on for retirement.
I think for all those really, really worried, I think at the end of the day, it'll be okay. Simply because the market's just getting used to Trump again. Remember, this is the same guy that used to tweet all the time and be back and forth and making threats about missile strikes and stuff like this, and having this gravitas to everything, and he used to. The markets eventually during his presidency adjusted to ignoring him,
Tuning
and kind of tuning out the daily talk and learning to shift through the more important points that he was making that would actually affect the market. The tariff thing is hard to ignore, and that's why the market's plunged so much. But eventually, he'll get that. So let me go ahead and fast forward for you. At some point, he's going to tell everybody about how great the tariffs were and how he used them as a strategy to bring people to the table for negotiations, and he's made better trade deals and stuff. He will declare himself the winner, and he will move on to something else.
Yep.
Yep, that's it in a nutshell, right there.
Well, I mean, it's the arsonist that starts the fire and then wants the credit because he had a hose full of water to put the fire back.
Well, the funny thing about that in that situation with Trump is that the house actually just burns to the ground, and he's like, "See, the fire's out." He didn't actually do anything to put it out.
There's nothing left to burn.
Yeah, there's nothing left to burn. So that's kind of he works in terms of getting stuff. He's not going to actually do any work to put the fire out to do anything.
Yeah, he's going to rake the leaves.
Yeah,
Right.
And quite honestly, it's not the most disturbing thing. The market stuff is actually the least disturbing thing he's done in this short amount of time, which you got to give him credit for because it's hard to do as much damage as he's potentially doing so quickly.
Well, Steve Bannon forecasted Trump doing what he called, and it's true what he's doing, flood the zone with shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do so much stuff that it's gonna be hard for you to keep up because as you looking at one thing, I'm burning something else down. As then you look at that fire, fire and start another one over here. So an arsonist is true because what he forces you to do is figure out what thing can you focus on because there's so many things that are going on that are equally horrible in one way or another, but your bandwidth to be able to be outraged thins out because you can only be outraged at so much at one time because you can only gasp. I mean, think about gasping. When you gasp, you pull all the air in. You can't keep gasping and gasping. You pass out. And that's kind of metaphorically what he's looking for you to do is after you or normalize the atrocities so that it doesn't even register anymore. It's like, and then people will say their old saying, "Oh, that's just Trump being Trump."
Well, I think that,
honestly, I think that's the underlying goal. Honestly,
normalize the craziness. Redefine crazy.
I think it really is.
I think the important thing is that you're absolutely right. There's a lot going on right now. but there's some very, very important stuff going on right now that you do
Mhm.
have to pay attention to.
Mhm. Mhm. One of those things is a term that a lot of people probably thought was more hyperbole,
Hmm.
especially from Democrats, is the term constitutional crisis. And it's because most people believe to the core that as bad as politicians are, as sometimes crazy as this country is, that there is this invisible structure that will force you to not run off of the road. That no matter how much you swerve, how much you slam on your brakes, that if you turn sharp left or sharp right too much, there is this invisible barrier that will prevent you from running off the road or going over the cliff.
From
We can't
derailing, yeah.
just know that the way this country was framed, as reckless as things happen sometimes, it'll never get to the point where we'll just plunge into the ocean going off the cliff. And if you did, that would technically be your constitutional crisis. What is a constitutional crisis? Well, for a lot of people, first they need to understand the way government is set up and established. That there are three co-equal, co-equal
Is it co-equal?
is co-equal
Oh, okay.
parts
That
of
means that means all together, right?
them. They all work together.
Okay.
Not one is above the other. They serve as checks and balances on each other.
Hmm.
And we divide that power up because the country had just, when the country was formed, it fled, or so it was supposed to flee um, kings and queens and things of that nature. It was to get away from having one voice that determined everything for everybody. So we
Hmm.
came up with an executive branch. We came up with a legislative branch. We came up with a judicial branch. And all three of them have different responsibilities, but they serve as a check and balance on each other. That's how the country was set up. Now, when the Constitution was framed that way, it wasn't taken into account that one or more of those co-equal branches of government would basically defer their responsibilities, um,
Hmm.
would give up their power um, to one or the other branches, um, or that one branch, just because they don't like what the other branch is doing, would use powers not given to them to circumvent or even ignore that
Right.
other branch like they're not relevant. It's like being in a relationship with your wife and you just ignore her. I don't know how that's gonna work out for you. Um,
Hmm.
it probably ain't gonna end well for you. It may turn into a damn Lifetime movie. Um, it should. But
Sound like it is.
what's happening right now is we'll bring up the Kilmar Abrego Garcia situation for one. You know, that's only part of the constitutional crisis. Whether you agree with immigration to the extent of who is in this country, who should be in this country, there is a thing called due process
Yep.
that anybody in this country is afforded, citizen or not. Um, that everybody is entitled to have their day in court. When some whether if you're a citizen and you're accused of a crime, sometimes there's a grand jury that will indict you, and the grand jury indicts you. Then you're formally charged. Then you go to court, and you have an opportunity to um, present your reasons for innocence.
Mm-hmm.
Adjudicated, either you're vindicated or you're convicted. Once you're convicted, then you even have the due process of appellate decisions, where I think they got it wrong. I want to appeal this decision and take it up to another court and then another court until you exhaust your appeals. That is due process.
Mhm.
What happened weeks ago was the Trump administration decided you're illegal, you're illegal. We think you're part of a gang. We're just going to say you're part of a gang. We don't have any evidence that you're part of a gang. You've been living in this country for quite some time now, going to work, paying your taxes. You married an American citizen. You have kids. You're established here. Oh, and by the way, a co-equal branch of government in the judicial said to you, hey, we're working on this gentleman, but for right now, we have a protective order that says you cannot deport this man to El Salvador.
Mhm.
You cannot deport this man to El Salvador. They knew that order existed, and they sent his ass to El Salvador anyway with 200 other people. Then they say, oopsie, clerical error. We weren't meant to do that. Now here's the funny part, y'all. So they get drug in court and say, hey, what happened? Because this dude wasn't supposed to be on that plane anyway. And there's already issues about whether the plane should have went to El Salvador in the first place. Because the judge told them no. And then they rushed him on the plane and then got over out of US airspace and said, hey, we can't make the plane turn around now. It's not in our airspace.
Hmm.
But even with all of that, the lawyer at the time did something very bad. He told the truth to the court,
Uh-huh.
as he's supposed to, where he said, hey, we acknowledge he should not have been on the plane. Oh, damn. You know what they did to him?
Oh,
They got
What?
rid of him. They got rid of
Hey,
him.
I hate to jump in, but
oh, is that the guy that got retired?
I don't know if they retired him, but they removed him from the case. But go ahead, Jermaine.
So the Charlotte Fair is going on, ends on the 20th this month. My daughter's there, and I gotta go pick her up in a little bit. So I'm gonna speed round a little bit of this for you because I gotta go. The issue at hand here that my brother is going to get to is the constitutional crisis is that Supreme Court told Trump administration that they were wrong and they needed to help facilitate bringing this man back, and they're basically throwing their hands up like they can't do anything.
Right.
The crisis is that now you have the judicial branch whose job is to say whether the things that you do, either the executive or congressional, it's legal or not, if it meets the legal precedent or not, and they're basically ignoring them.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
so if he can ignore this, so that's what you say. Does that trickle down? So like when I get called to court, I can ignore them because judges don't have any power. Nah, that's not what it means for you. But for this administration,
Exactly.
they are pressing the test, and part of the pressing test is: do we have to follow the orders of the judicial branch, and what are the repercussions if we don't?
Yeah.
Why is it important? A couple good things. One, he's already admitted that he would like to take American citizens and put them in foreign prisons. A lot of time as black and brown people, we understand that an injustice against one is an injustice against all, because we understand it's not just about this Maryland father. It's about him pressing the test. If I can get away with doing this without repercussion, then the Clintons are next. All
Yep.
my political, just the dictatorship starts to set in because if no one's going to hold me accountable, and I'm the president. A lot of people you mentioned Steve Bannon earlier, and when they were talking about and Steve Bannon is one of the ones that brought up like a third term for Trump stuff, and a lot of people are like, I wish they would that Obama could run. I need you to understand that they bring in the third term, he's not going to leave.
Right.
That's what it means. It doesn't mean that there's going to be a fair election.
That's the whole
It
point.
means I'm just not going to leave, and what are you going to do about it? And
Right.
who's going to?
Even if Obama did get the third term, even if Obama actually won the popular vote, if he won the electoral college, Trump could say, Nah, I'll
He's a
I'm
he
not
was
with
never
it.
a citizen. So here's the whole thing about the citizenship thing. If you're not a citizen, you don't have any rights. And so if they can strip people of their visas, which reasonably you should be able to do as a country, to say that you no longer or your actions are no longer in the best interest of this country and stuff. It shouldn't be over the First Amendment stuff, free speech stuff. And that's what the issue is that they're trying to revoke people's visas and stuff because they're saying they're dissenters, and that's not what free speech is.
right.
And so,
You're free to say stuff about us, but not free to say stuff we don't agree with.
yes, that's not it.
Right.
And
Yeah.
so the reason this is a constitutional crisis on a lot of fronts, but mainly if he can get away with it here,
Mm-hmm.
he can. It starts to expand out to different things. So when we talk about real estate earlier, and I said location, um, if it really and I don't jest and I don't talk lightly about this. I'm very very serious. Everybody should be very very concerned about this because if he can do this, he is on the America that you grew up in, the dream that you believed in is over.
So
It's absolutely over, and I don't.
bills
And
that I talked about, they're not there.
it sounds like a whole lot of hyperbole and stuff like that, but it's not. And I'm very very serious about it. It's his when people said that he was a danger to his country. This is what they meant. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, there's so many people on his side who would love to see the Clintons putting chains and put on a plane and sit somewhere. They would love it. They would cheer for it.
Mm-hmm.
People will cheer for the end of this country.
Yeah.
And they will say, they've already said it. They want to put them on statues. They want to put them on money. They want to put them on buildings. They want to put them on mountains. They want a king, and they have chosen their king. And a lot of people are going to step aside and turn a blind eye to get that kingdom. And I'm just telling you that he is again more accomplished in the first 100 days than I thought he would be in terms of this. It's not just about the markets. It's not just about one guy, one father from Maryland.
To me, the markets are more of a distraction.
Yeah,
Yeah. And that's
I
exactly
want
what
you to look
it
at
is.
this so you don't see what I'm really doing.
Right.
Yeah. Because you got your finances, you got your family, you got all these other things that take a lot of your time and attention and stuff like that. So while you sitting here looking at one thing, I could be doing 10 other things. I'm trying
Right.
to dismantle the Department of Education. I'm trying to dismantle the Department of Health. We're going in and cutting out federal jobs because that's fewer people that can sit there and become whistleblowers. We're dismantling program after program, no matter how uh, needed those programs are. We're going to make it harder and harder. So you have to sit there and fight each other over these things while I'm doing all of these other things.
I mean, the first thing she did was firing the inspector generals that oversee all this stuff.
Yeah.
Who's
Cops
the
on the beat.
job the job that Elon says he's doing, they were doing already. The people say, well, no one does that stuff. Yes, they do.
Yeah.
There's always oversight. If you
Yeah,
work for the company, there's way too much oversight.
right. Exactly right. So IGs were a thing, but he said, "Oh no, no, I got somebody that can do it better because apparently he inherited a car company and makes a lot of money off of it and likes to fly people into space. So that makes him qualified to be able to do all of these things. Even though they go into stuff, they break stuff, they realize, oh damn, we shouldn't have broke that, and then try to figure if they just sit it back up on the stand and glue it back together, then it's as good as it was. Um, letting people go, realizing, oh, y'all were handling Ebola. Okay, yeah, yeah, we'll bring y'all back. Should have never got rid of. And Elon will say, well, we're going to make mistakes. Why? You don't have to.
Like I say, and who is the we?
Yeah, yeah.
Who is the
We need
we?
Doge that he's not the head of, that he is the head of. But yeah, as Jermaine is saying, and I know, Jermaine, is this the Charlotte Fair at the Speedway?
It is.
They keep moving it from one side of the street to the other.
I like it better. I like it better on the side of the street it's on now. The other side didn't have good parking, so they're using Z Max's
The
overflow
dragways parking. Okay.
So it's actually worked better on that side.
Is that why they did it?
I hope so because I don't know why you would just switch it back and forth.
I thought maybe it was two totally different fairs, and
No, it's the same fair.
one maybe leased out one side, and the other one leased out the other side.
No, I believe it because I believe there's only one now, and that's just it's too close for it to be two different fairs, in my opinion. And that's a lot of work. I mean, I don't. I mean, now don't get me wrong. If the dictatorship takes on, the only way to hide might to become a carny and move from city to city, being part of the show and stuff or whatever.
We do have a traveling circus as it is. It's called Air Force One, but that's yeah, because there's a whole lot of clowns that like to fly on it. Never a loss for that. But yeah, as Jermaine was saying, so the one thing going on with this gentleman right now is that there's a lot of slander out there. A lot of people are not using the word alleged this, alleged that. They're just quite saying that he's a criminal. They're saying that what made him a criminal in their minds is the fact that how he came to the country. If you come to the country illegal, you have no rights, you have no due process. If we label you a criminal, that's what you are, and we have the right to get rid of you regardless what a court says. And that is their fight right now. The other part of the fight is that, to Jermaine, what Jermaine said was, there was a district judge that said, no, you need to go back and get him because he was going through due process before you sat there and basically kidnapped him.
Exactly.
Order. So they're saying, well, we can't sit there and make the president of El Salvador give him up. The hell you can't. You paying him $6 million to house those people.
Yeah, El Salvador's president's argument is, well, I can't smuggle them back. It's a done. They obviously conclude they're in cahoots together. Excuse me, for this whole thing. Well, El Salvador's president is like, well, I can't send him back to the United States. He's a terrorist, and the United States is like, well, they won't let him go, which is stupid on both ends. You're talking like the flight whole thing, like when the flights are international waters, we don't have any jurisdiction there, really, because you drop bombs across the world. You obviously think that your authority is worldwide, so you can kill somebody across the world, but you can't ask somebody to let it open the door. I just don't, you can't be strong and weak at the same time. You can't You can't tell people that we're going to force a sovereign nation to become the 51st state of our country and stuff.
You can't make El Salvador's president open the damn door.
Yeah.
Don't make no sense to me. You're paying him to keep him in the first place.
Yeah. You paid him to close it. I'm sure if you gave him the extra $5, he might open back up.
Right. Because at the end of the day, he just wants the money. And then you stand in the Oval Office and then start talking about the homegrowns, which Jermaine was alluding to. Was he saying, hey, you're going to have to build about 5 more of these joints because we got some homegrowns to send. Meaning,
citizens. We have citizens
that we deem to be a terrorist, because all I have to do is basically say, if you are a Democrat, you are a terrorist.
Well, so that's the thing. So one of the things with the Alien
Enemies Act,
Aliens Act is that they're allowed to, and again, these are just test runs. I need you to understand that. So the test run is, can we say that MS-13 is a terrorist organization?
Right.
What's to stop them from labeling, to my brother's point, Democrats as a terrorist organization?
Mm-hmm. The whole Democratic Party.
Because eventually that's what it's going to lead up to.
And under that act,
play by play.
Yeah, and under that act, well, this is how, when people say, how did that dictatorship get there? This is how.
Yeah.
They put their people in place. They don't have anybody to challenge their decisions and stuff, and they move in, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Because the whole time, Jermaine, what they're counting on people to say is, man, y'all just trying to scare people. Man, that ain't going to really happen that way. He would never do that.
He is trying. He's actively trying right now. Hey, fellas, I got to get out of here. I got to go be a good father and go pick up my child.
Man, make her get on the bus.
There was a bus that ran out there, maybe.
All right, man. Have fun, franchise.
All right, man.
All right. Congratulations again, big boy.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate it.
Peace.
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 That's the franchise, y'all. He had to go run out, and he said he had to go be a good father. But they had, I say, the hell with them damn kids. They get a certain age, fend for yourself. But
Yeah.
So CJ, that's to Jermaine's point. We are in a point now where we really got to see, will the courts hold, and what options do they have if the administration continues to thumb their nose up at the court and say, hey, we know what you said? Because even once the Supreme Court, which did something that is very, very rare, which people don't understand, they were unanimous.
Yeah, that's the part that got me.
Nothing in saying, no, you need to facilitate getting him back. Then the Trump administration says they won 9-0 off of the fact that they said the Supreme, off of a word. The
Yeah.
word is effectuate. There's a
Mhm.
difference between facilitate
And
and effectuate.
effectuate.
And they felt like the district court judge's wording in her order, when it came to the word effectuate, was too close to telling a administration how to handle foreign affairs, that they should be able to have a foreign policy. So they didn't want it to muddy the waters of, hey, we need to you to effectuate his release, because that could mean them saying, hey, if El Salvador says no or gives y'all a fight, then y'all need to send SEAL Team 6 in there and go get his ass. That would be effectuate.
Right, exactly.
Facilitate would be more of a diplomatic way of going to them, or going through the um going through the uh embassy down there,
Mhm.
and working with the embassy partners to work with the El Salvadorian government to say, hey, how can we write this? How can we make this work where we're able to get this guy back so that he can go through the due process? Doesn't mean that once we bring him back that we have to unjail him, but we bring him back, make sure he gets his day in court, and then let it play out the way that it was supposed to, had he not been removed in error. So there's a difference between facilitate and effectuate. They're claiming they won because they made them change the word effectuate. That wasn't the overlying determination of this case. The overlying determination was that they agreed you should have never sent him in the first place. Now you need to do whatever it is that you can from a diplomacy side to bring him back, which, because you've made it clear that you're paying them, should not really be an issue. Well, they in the Oval Office, between Trump, Stephen Miller, and Pam Bondi, the Attorney General, all lied and said, "Oh no, we won. We can't make them give us a criminal. That's up to the president of El Salvador." And then he said what he had to say, as if they had already had that pre-planned to tell the media, "Hey, I can't do that. That would be wrong. Well, we can't make him do it. So there's nothing that we can do." And they just throw their hands up in the air, which tells you how much they really care about people and their rights, as if we did not
Exactly.
do that. So
They
that's
don't.
the main difference. So now, CJ, the issue is going to be, well, they're not doing anything. The judge can hold them in contempt because it got sent back down to the district court judge to remedy the effectuate word. So she did. She turned the effectuation word into facilitate. And
Uh-huh.
now she's making them come in on a daily basis to basically give her a status report as to what have you done to try to get him back. And they're basically just blowing her off like, we ain't done nothing, we ain't gonna do nothing. And she's gonna have a decision make. What she's trying to do is create a record. She's gonna bring them in, put them under oath, make them testify if they show up, and get them on the record, because what she's trying to do is build a case that
Against.
against
Mhm.
them for contempt of court. Anybody that had a role in making that decision not to um not to abide by the order could
Right.
be pursued criminally for contempt. The problem is, normally the problem would be, if you wanted to pursue them for criminal contempt, it would go through the Department of Justice. But it's
Mhm.
Department of Justice. Pam Bondi is not an independent attorney general. So the court could say, hey, you need to go get these people and haul their ass in so we can put them in jail. And she ain't gonna lift a finger and do it.
Hmm.
So, but the judge has the ability to appoint an independent prosecutor if the Department of Justice decides not to do that, and they could still be prosecuted. But still, the question is going to be if they are found to be guilty of criminal contempt, can they uh, ask the U.S. Marshals to be able to then step in and make sure these people go to jail until they remedy the contempt? Meaning that they see the error of their ways while they sit their ass in jail and say, "Okay,
Right,
we're going to play ball now." See,
right.
what these people under Trump don't realize is he may have immunity.
But they don't.
They don't.
Exactly.
They
And
don't.
and that's what it is, man. It's they are willfully. See, that's the sad part about being a sheep or being
Yep.
sheep minded.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of like adopt your idol's supposed power and you
Their
think,
whole ideology. Yep.
right, exactly. And you're so busy worshiping this person or the character of this person where you don't realize you're setting your own self up for failure and or you don't mind becoming a martyr or a sacrifice for absolutely nothing that's going to benefit you or anything
CJ,
for
it makes no
you.
sense. Peter Navarro and Steve Bannon actually had to go to jail.
Exactly.
Chesbro, Rudy Giuliani, um,
Mhm.
John, what's his name, Eastman, Sidney Powell. These people got disbarred.
Man, 16.
Internet
The
Ellis.
list goes on and on. And
Oh,
those are the attorneys.
right.
Everybody that you was listening, see, these are not just regular citizens. These are attorneys, people that absolutely know the law
Yes. And thumb their nose up at it. For him.
and literally gave up their careers.
Yes. Yes. How far are you willing to go? Everything that I've worked for my whole life, I'm going to put it on the line for you. What?
And all for what? What
To
was
go
the reward?
to willingly go over the cliff. Like he didn't even have to push him, nudge him, you know, write little notes about it. They just said, "For you, leader." Ah,
And
what?
off they went.
Off they went.
And why you think on the Democratic side they always refer to him as a demigod?
Yeah,
Or
or
you know,
Mhm.
they're not just saying that because it sounds cute. It sounds like a little nice phrase or something. They're saying that for a reason. They're
Yeah,
saying that because these are the things that if you watch a movie or read a book or you go back in history, this is what people would do.
yeah.
They would do all these
Because nobody would
idiotical,
Joe Biden.
sacrificial things for no gain except for the one that they're worshiping.
Right. And the funny thing is, as you're falling on the sword, he's laughing because he knows he's got 100 other people that will fall on the sword and he can escape accountability time after time after time. The
You
Supreme
know
Court
what?
passed.
Yeah, yeah. No. I didn't mean to step on you. Go ahead.
No, you good. Go ahead.
Every time I think about his situation, bro, it takes me back to that little story in the Bible, because Jermaine brought it up,
Hmm.
and I was immediately brought to it when the children of Israel was really they got tired of judges and they wanted a king, and eventually they got the king, and then they regretted it almost immediately because he
Hmm.
was a Persian king instead of a king from the Israelites. Came in, took it over. Next thing Nebuchadnezzar done build a statue of himself and everything, and made them bow down and worship him and all this other stuff. Because if you didn't, you was gonna be eliminated. You was gonna die by fire. This every time I even think about his his regime, his his cronies, That's what I think about. Trump is today's Nebuchadnezzar. And whether you follow the Bible, believe the Bible or not, there's a very close comparison there.
Story's
You
still
go
the
back
same.
and look
Yeah.
at it.
Same story.
It's
Or
the same story.
same mindset of how relinquishing your autonomy
Yes.
somebody can put you in such a bad position where you think something is going to be to your benefit, but it's more to your harm. And
Yeah.
and just blindly giving that away. You know, this country fought for the right to be free, to be independent, to not be under a king or a queen or anything like that, a monarchy.
Just to fall right back into it.
Right. Where there's people that, you know, it's funny. Here's the crazy part. Colin Kaepernick got called unpatriotic for
Mhm.
bending his knee, for getting down on the knee during the national anthem, because that was obviously disrespect. Well, not obviously, but to the people that was obviously disrespectful to the military and to those that have fought, bled, and died for our country. They fight, and what are they fighting and bleeding for? Our freedoms. Yet now we're ready to sit there and take the Constitution, light it on damn fire, and give up every one of them freedoms that they said was so damn important that my grandfather and my father fought in the war and they bled and died and this and that and the other. Now you don't give two damns about it.
Exactly. Listen, all I call it faux patriotism.
Oh yeah.
Because you sit up here and you have a whole bunch of American flags out in your front yard or plats all across your vehicles, or whatever you do, or you play America, what's that song? I'm proud to be an American. You got all these, you got all this performance of having patriotic pride, but at the same time, all of your actions are in straight contradiction of what it really is to be a patriot. Because when you look up the meaning patriot, it is just simple love for one's country. They didn't say you have to be, you got to have 15 million American flags in your yard and walk around. Yeah, and you got to go around. Oh, and if you notice, it's always premised with country white folk with a twang. That doesn't make you an American.
Nope.
What makes you an American is that you have went through the proper channels through immigration, or you were actually born here. Two ways.
You know, it's funny how when you look at Republicans, they talk about men not being strong, men being too sissified, I guess is really what they calling it. Like dudes aren't alphas anymore. And every last one of these dudes, whether it's Marco Rubio, who Trump has insulted, whether it's Ted Cruz, who Trump has insulted, whether it's all of these people that he then makes them come back and bend the knee. But they talk about male dominance and things like that, and it's kind of funny to watch them be dominated by this man.
Exactly, like I said,
as they're talking about it, it's
contradictions.
They're basically walking contradictions, because it's like, as much as y'all talk about being an alpha male, you have never been an alpha male in your effing life.
Exactly.
If anything, I can't tell you between a $10 whore, because you both will get on your knees, and whatever he puts in your face, it'll go in your mouth.
Exactly.
Sorry for the graphic audience.
Beautifully said.
Hey, Pat White Stewart, how you doing? So,
sorry about that, bro. Some idiot.
So, I want to close the show with a segment we hadn't done in a while. And it's called What I Don't Like. CJ, you've been gone so long.
Man.
I know you probably have a list, but I want you to give me one thing that you don't like, and the way that you laughing, you probably got. I know you got one. I want you to give me one. What don't you like? Hey, Pat Rice,
Uh,
let me know what you don't like.
I might have to ask my peoples in church and my wife forgive the language, but
Preemptively.
uh,
Yeah.
fake ass people.
Mm.
Just, I mean, come on, man. There comes a time and place in every man and woman's life. Man, you got to stop. You got to stop faking the funk, man.
Mm-hmm.
Just be real. If you if you down, you down. If you not, you not. You will or you won't. You can't, you can, or you can't, or you ain't.
Mm-hmm.
I rather know who you are and
Yeah.
what you're about and where you're coming from, rather than to deal with your fakeness and you sitting up here what old people would call shucking and jiving all in people's faces and stuff. I cannot stand a pretender.
Okay. I like that one. I like that one. I can't stand them either. I'd rather you know. I'd rather you just basically tell me where you stand, and then I can respect you even more for that. Um,
Exactly.
but when you're sitting here, um, when you're sitting here basically faking it, and the worst part of it is, I know you faking it. I know you full of shit.
That's
Um,
it.
that,
That's the part.
that makes
That's the part.
that makes it even worse. I'm gonna tell
Yeah.
y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all what I don't like. Hold on, did I get a comment? Let me see. Um,
Where's handsome?
where's
Where's
the
the
handsome
handsome
guy
man who goes?
go that was on earlier? Oh, they
Oh,
must
that's
have the franchise.
I didn't see who wrote it. I didn't see who. I just saw the comment.
Commenting in from LinkedIn, no doubt. Thanks for using LinkedIn.
I
So
saw.
yeah,
I saw.
he had to go and be a father. So he
A
said
father.
a good father.
I never knew my father.
Yeah, daddy. But
Yeah.
so this is what I don't like. I don't like people that hide behind things to cover up other things. Brian, what
Oh,
the hell are you talking about?
yeah.
So I was in Myrtle Beach on Sunday and Monday,
Okay.
and um, we were at a resort, and we were in the parking lot. And I've seen this dozens of times, but I hadn't seen it in a while, to be honest with you. And
Okay.
it's just a reminder of the ignorance that people carry and willfully. And this is what it was. It was a front license plate. In South Carolina, you only have to have one on the back. So
Right.
the one can be just a regular, you know, what they call uh, uh, a vanity tag. It could just be.
Right. Right.
So the vanity
Okay.
tag said it had the Confederate flag and it said pride, not hate. I mean, heritage, not hate.
Oh yeah.
And I looked at Lori and I said, these people still try to hide behind this bullshit.
Right.
That-
Calling it Southern pride.
yeah, as if you're hiding behind what the Civil War was for, so you can flaunt your flag.
Right.
Your flag represents a faction of states willing to fight against the country for the right to own black people.
Period.
That is fucking
Period.
hate.
Period.
Period. Full
Point
stop.
blank.
If
Exactly.
you think it's okay to fight your country for the right to own black people, I hate to tell you, your heritage is based on hate.
Exactly.
Sorry. That ain't what you want to hear, white people. I'm sorry. But putting that on your car lets me know how ignorant you are. If you
Mm-hmm.
think the Confederacy had good points, you are screwed up. If you think the Confederacy's legacy was not about the right to own black people, I don't know what history book that you've read, but it is all the more reason that we should not be dismantling the Department of Education and trying to rewrite history. You need to learn that your heritage that you want to claim so much thought that it was worth fighting, bleeding, and dying for the right to own black people. I don't
That's
know.
why. That's why the Constitution had to amend what they considered us as being 2/3 of a person, or 1/7. It was some crazy fraction.
3/5. 3/5.
Yeah, I'm sorry, 3/5 of a person.
It's still not a whole. You know, I'm born with 2 legs, 2 arms. I look just like you, but I got a tan. But I can't.
We were basically humanoid and not considered humans because we were the only way you can even find any faction of us was through the livestock, and we were below the livestock. That's how most of us found our families.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, we were nothing more than chattel. We were property.
Like I say, we were below.
Yeah. So I didn't have any more rights than an animal. And for a lot of people, they still view black people as animals for that reason. But if you believe that flag represents anything other than hate, I would hate to see you hate someone. I would hate to see your version of hate, because I cannot think of anything more hateful than thinking that you have the right to own another human being. That's what I don't like. Do better.
Right.
Learn your history. Get your shit together. That's what I don't like. That burned me up when I saw that damn sign. I'm sorry, y'all. Sorry. I wish I could say sorry for the language, but maybe I just wanted to rip it.
Little brother, you do how you feel. This is your show.
This is my show. I don't have no sponsors. I got to answer to. We're gonna leave if you keep talking like that. Leave, shit. I don't care. That's what I like about free media. We're not beholden to sponsors that say, "Hey, we love your show, but could you tone it down?" No, bye. No. The same way you found me, lose it.
That's the beautiful thing about being self-sponsored.
Yes, sir. I love it. I love it. I ain't had to take one dime from somebody that told me what I can and cannot say. Lori, are we still good? Are you back? No, she still got a little. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me in real time. If it's a delay, I'll close the show because I don't want it to be a delay. All right. Oh, yeah. I just got the thumb. Don't worry about it. I still remember how to do this, producer. I appreciate it. All right. I'm not going to do the sports outro. I'm going to do the head-to-head. Where the hell is it? Okay, I see it. All right, y'all. Well, CJ, again, congratulations, sir. Would say thank you to Lori. Say thank you to Jermaine, the franchise, for tuning in. Y'all join us again next week. We'll be here every single week for the most part, unless there's something crazy going on or I just need a Trump break. Sometimes I do, y'all, because he drives me crazy.
Oh, Lord, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I just have to take a break. But anyway, I will definitely try to stay prayed up so I can be on next week without any hiccups. We'll pray that the internet gremlins are kept at bay so Lori can be on camera, and we'll go from there. But we will see y'all again next week. Y'all have a great one. Y'all stay safe out there. Peace.
This is ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it.
And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. I'm a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. I'm a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it.